I'm jumping off, is this a needed suicide? I hope my parachute don't let me down. I hope I get to fly. I don't know why I feel like I gotta die to be alive. I don't know why it feel like people are standing still with no desire. I'm on a wire, wobbling back and forth, the balance clown. I won't be happy if I'm not moving forward, then send me down. My vibration for eternity will continue to come around. So I gotta do this right, I gotta live, I gotta.
That's right, everybody. Welcome back. We're parking and politicking today. Hey, before I go into my intro right quick, I do have a young lady, and she is from Chicago, and I do gotta ask a question right quick. Now, Shanice, you just heard you just heard my intro song, right?
Yes.
And you know Lyrical Vo. Are you hip to him?
No.
Oh, how could you not be hip to Lyrical Vo?
But I like the beat though.
Yeah, he's from Chicago, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
I'm the type of great who be giving them food for thought. Back when they thought a sample size appetizer would crave their appetite. Whoa! The sky the limit, no wonder I'm in the air alone.
Yeah, go look him up. Actually it's Vo. You can either type in Vo or Lyrical Vo on YouTube. The boy is raw. The boy is raw. And he's from your hometown. I can't believe that you did not know about Lyrical Vo. But anyway, welcome back.
It's a lot of music out here, so.
Welcome back to the Lockoutmen podcast show, everybody. This is where we park and politic with all our guests. And of course, I am Lockoutmen. Thank you for being here. And today's guest is Shanice. Man, oh man, I haven't talked to you since I left Schugel. So first thing first, we gonna make this quick because she's giving me a little bit of her time, and I really do appreciate you jumping on here, talking to me right quick. So let's just jump right into it. Where you hail from, and what you do before you got into trucking?
Chi-Town. Currently residing in South Holland, and the majority of my time prior to trucking was in retail management and upper management, corporate.
Okay. Retail. What was retail?
Retail, Jewel Osco, grocery, general merchandise.
Okay. Now, Jewel Osco is you guys' grocery stores out here in Chicagoland.
Yes.
Okay, just like Hy-Vee is down in Texas, and then Giant Eagle is up in the Northeast for us. Okay.
Exactly.
So how long you been rocking out with them?
Well, prior to I had been at Jewel Osco for 10 years. Prior to that, I had been with multiple auto parts retailers. I think the last being O'Reilly Auto Parts, but that was what I was doing prior to that. So I've been in everybody's auto parts retail, all except AutoZone. So Super Track, O'Reilly, Advanced Auto Parts, Giant Auto Parts. I'm old, so Track Auto, Super Track Auto.
Okay.
Some places those are not around anymore. So I started out in those stores when I was like 16. So I've been around cars. I've done service. I've done Pep Boys. If you're familiar with Pep Boys.
Yeah.
I managed in all of those. So.
Okay. So you know your way around a vehicle.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So that means if your car should ever break down and all like that, and you take it up to a shop, you're not going to get.
I don't take it up to a shop. Most of my stuff is done in-house. Only thing I won't do is if it requires specialized tools. I haven't bought into any of these like newer vehicles outside of my Jeep. But my car prior to that, I have a Jeep That's a 1997 Jeep Compact Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
It has over 200,000 miles on it, still running. I have a 1999 Audi A4. It has 250,000 miles on it.
Damn.
It's still running. I'm familiar with the parts. As long as I can do it, I'll do it. So I maintain my vehicles. So I hadn't had a car note. My husband bought me the Jeep that I'm in, that I currently ride right now for the most part.
Okay.
But prior to that, and actually he pays that too. So I haven't had a car note in over 18 years.
Ooh, and you got these two cars right here with over 200,000 miles, and they still rocking?
Yes.
Man, I got,
I say two used cars is better than one new car.
I feel that. My unfortunately, my Ford F-150 took a dump at 200,000 miles, so yeah, kind of feel sad about that. But you definitely know your way around cars, so you do your own oil change, your own whatever needs to be done if it's just minor.
Yeah, I've changed the starter on my truck. Of course, I've done brakes. I've done so much stuff. Alternators, calipers. Back then, well, the Jeep is a straight 6. All of the repairs on the older cars are easy. It's more difficult these days because everything is you have sensors in that, and everything that you do mechanically ties into some type of sensor. and it just makes it difficult to work on them because you have to have specialized equipment. So
okay, that's what's up. All right, so again, nobody can get over on you when it comes to cars and everything. If something is minor or anything like that. So if you get a flat tire, you don't even worry. Number one, you in Chicago, so traffic out here is fucking horrible. So if you get a flat tire, you just pull over to the side and say, "Fuck this! I'm about to knock this shit out myself."
Nah, I ain't said all that. I'm not doing all that. First of all, it's not safe. Being anywhere on anybody's shoulder on the side of the road somewhere. I advise people, as long as you can get to somebody to service you in good time, to have the professionals do it. Because the shoulder, as you know, is just a dangerous place to be, and I don't recommend anybody being on the side of the road trying to change a tire by themselves.
Exactly.
As you know, as a truck, you see enough out here.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so that was life before trucking. So let's get into the trucking aspect. Like, I mean, you did retail and everything, and that's a far cry from trucking of what you have done. Like, I mean, you've been in the auto parts session and everything, but when you jumped into trucking, why not jump into diesel mechanic?
Because I didn't want to work that hard. And it's funny that you say that because my son is a diesel mechanic.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That too much feedback. Where you at? Are you in or outside of the car?
We're good.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So you say your son is a diesel. What made him what? Because, well, let me figure it out. Let me see if I can figure it out. His mom was a truck driver, so he was interested in going into diesel mechanic, right?
No, actually, my son is 25, so he was well off into mechanics and performance racing and all of that prior to me starting trucking. So that was just, I mean, he's been around cars all his life with me. I mean, we stayed at the racetracks all over. And I mean, I've been in automotive as long as he could remember. So it's almost like natural that he watched me and he would be out helping me work on the car. So it's actually natural that he would do it too. So
Okay, but again, he went into diesel though. He went into working on semi trucks though. That should pay better than being an auto mechanic, right?
no, it depends. If you find a good lane and where to work. I mean, you could do good both well in both actually. It just
Okay.
depends on what you decide to concentrate on as far as what type of repairs.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you decided to get into trucking. Where did you go to school, or did you go to a trucking company to get your CDL?
Now I went through 160 Academy uh right here in South Holland, Illinois.
Okay, okay. What was the experience there? Was it out of pocket? Did you get a grant, or what was
I actually did it through the WIA. My CDL costed me zero. I went
zero?
through the WIA program. I was unemployed. Went through the workforce program, and the WIA program paid for my schooling, so I was able to uh, go anywhere I wanted to
All right.
when I
So,
got my CDL.
but again, when what happened? You got laid off or something like that, and that's when you
Yes,
decided. Oh, okay.
yes. So I
Now,
qualified for it.
okay, okay. So talking to your significant other, your husband, and everything, and your kid, and you told them, "Hey, I'm about to get into trucking." What did they how did they take it?
They were very supportive. I mean, for anybody on the outside looking in, would have probably been shocked and all of that. But for them, it was just like they could see me doing it because I've been a tomboy my whole life. Not that that has anything to do with trucking. Uh, but I've always been on the outside of the box that people try to put me in. So um, they were very supportive and not surprised at all.
Now why did you seek a career in trucking though?
Okay, this is an interesting story. This is a good story. Um, Again, stayed at the racetracks. My fascination with semi trucks started out at Route 66, the straight track, the quarter mile track, out at in Joliet, Illinois. And we were there for one of the streetcar shows. I can't remember which one because this was had to be in the late 90s or early 2000s. And there was a truck being featured there, a semi truck, and it was simply called the truck. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this truck was fitted with two jet engines.
Mm.
You hear what I said?
Two.
Two jet engines.
Okay. Okay.
Jet engines. And this truck, when it started up, and them jet engines and the noise along with it, you have to be a race car fan. And when this thing took off from the line, oh my God. I hollered so loud. It was so exciting to me to see that truck get down that quarter mile in less than 6 seconds.
Wow.
And the build up to it, while it was while it was revving to take off, and the jet engines firing, boom, 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 and to see that doggone truck going down that raceway, it was like, it just became my fascination with semi trucks. So
Wow.
thereafter, I had thought about it, but I had my son, so he was small. And the reason I didn't get into trucking earlier is because of, the requirements, being away from home and all of that. So once he was off on his own, went away to school, actually he lives out of state now. It was perfect time for me. That's why I got out as late as I did. But I've always wanted to get into trucking
All right.
for
That's what's up.
probably as much as 20 years even.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you decided to like hold up right quick, make sure that your kid was of age and all like that, and then you actually jumped into the truck and got into trucking.
Yes.
All right. All right. So that's what's up. All right. That's a hell of a story right there. That's a hell of a story. So now with Westside Transportation, you got with Westside Transportation. How did you get over the fear of driving the truck by yourself for the first time?
I don't even actually think I had a fear. I was more comfortable driving that truck by myself the first time than I was going out with a trainer and learning. I'm a person that even whatever just come, I knew that I can get. I knew that I can get. I actually wasn't scared at all. That's the funny thing. I couldn't get off of the truck with the trainers and all of that. I'm like, I might struggle a little, grind a couple of gears, shifting. But I knew that ultimately I'll be all right. And I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared my first time out at all.
All right. So with training, because right after you got your CDLs and you got with Westside Transportation, what was the hardest part doing training? And doing training, was you respected as a female trainer with the male trainer that you was out with?
I didn't have a male trainer. I had two female trainers. Westside, they're only gonna put you with female trainers. Got two middle-aged white women. I was with two, and I didn't have a certain look about myself. Mm-hmm. And I could just say they didn't take me seriously or think that I was up to driving and thought that I was just somebody else who wanted to look cute driving a truck, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't like them. I didn't smoke cigarettes. I'm feminine. But I wasn't wearing lipstick or you even combing my hair. I was out there about learning. But they put me into a box, and that was difficult, and it was hard to relate to them. I'll just say that.
All right, so you had
I don't know what it is with some white people that they want to talk about black issues. It's just too much. It's almost like they want you. Some people just feel a desire to, like, they want you to know that they empathize with you for some reason. I don't know. It was weird.
So you was with two of them. Why you was with two trainers? What happened to the first one?
Let's see what happened with the first one. The first one, I wasn't. We fell out. We fell out. I don't even have time really to get into that. It was about me coming home for the holidays. It was decided before I even came out, upon being hired, that I would be home for the holidays. I had made arrangements and plans in that. Mm-hmm. And what I had learned is the trainer, she was actually on like a disability. She had something going on with her health. So she herself wasn't doing a lot of the driving. That's why she was training. Basically, the situation was that it allowed me to stay on her truck. So she had made a decision without consulting me that instead of me coming home, mm-hmm. which I was at that time, we were in town. She decided between her and dispatch, and I'm sitting right next to her, that this was the day that I was to be home, that she wouldn't bring me home, but I was gonna drive back with her to Iowa and stay at her house for the holidays. Then just talking to this man on the phone like I'm not there, asked me anything about it, and literally parked 10 minutes away from my house and told me I couldn't go home.
Mm.
So that was a problem.
So you just hurried up and jump off of that. How long you stayed with West Side Transport? Because I made
it was only 2 months. It was only 2 months.
I made the call to them, and the guy that the recruiter that I actually talked to was giving me some pretty good information about the company. You stayed with them for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
What was the experience like when you was there, and why did you leave?
Because of the training. The training was actually good. I mean, I got what I needed from it, but what happened is actually they set me up to fail, and this is really what happened. They set me up to fail my test, my driving test after the training, and this all came because I had given them the information that I needed to be home for court. All this was done. When it came up, I got the notice. I sent them the notice. I told them that I needed to be home. And then that's when the trouble started. So when it came time for me to test out of training, I knew that they were setting me up. And this is why I knew they were setting me up. Your test is to run a paper load right there in Cedar Rapids, and because I was informed, and that's what was supposed to happen. When I hooked up to the trailer that they were going to test me in, it was a bump trailer. There was no load. They had no intentions of having me pass that test. And so it was a setup. So they said that I failed my driving test.
Wow. That's crazy. And
yeah.
You left.
Yeah.
Now how long have you been driving altogether, Shanice?
So it's coming up on 4 years.
All right. So what about what was the next company that you was after you left West Side Transport? What was the next company that you went with, and what you was in between that? What you was looking for in the next company that you was gonna end up going to?
So that's when I came to Schugel. I actually set out a couple of months prior to starting Schugel because I don't know if you remember 2017 into 2018, we actually that was a really rough winter out here on these roads.
Yeah.
So I just waited out till spring, and I was looking for specific criteria for the next company that I worked for. I wanted to be able to park close to home, which the Riverdale lot is close to home. That was important. I wanted to be home on the weekends at that time. That was important. I like that Schugel keeps you in pretty really good equipment actually. So I wanted to be safe being a new driver. You know, you don't want to get out there and find yourself broke down on the road as you're just trying to, learn and navigate the roads in that. So those were some of the things that attracted me to Schugel. And I was anti-big companies. I didn't want to do the likes of JB Hunt, Schneider, the names So I actually really sought out Schugel. At the time, the fleet was approximately about 500 trucks. It had a family feel.
Right.
The people that you talk to were actually the people that made decisions. Right. So that's what I liked. That's what I liked about it, and that's how I ended up at Schugel.
Now with Schugel, now in the beginning with me, that's where I met you from. We met up at doing the craft times. We'll run into each other. Plus we'll end up at the what is it, the Riverdale lot a lot. So
Yeah.
we met up there and we generated a good friendship. Even after I left, we stayed friends. Now after the acquisition with Super Service, you pretty much stayed on with Schugel and you got you actually got what you wanted as far as the lanes that you wanted to run. You ran the craft load from Champaign to Aurora, right?
Yeah, I did.
How did you manage to finagle that, and how did doing that little stint right there? How did that work out for you, Shanice?
A good part of the time it worked out very well because I was running two of those loads, running them two loads a day. And what many and I pretty much created that. They didn't have anybody actually. That wasn't a lane before I told them that that's just what I wanted to do because I had already saw that I could actually do two of those runs in a day. And what that did for me, because we're per diem, we got paid like that. With that, and what many didn't know, I'm running the same miles. That's like almost 600 miles a day when you run two.
Exactly.
So
yep.
what many and I never really disclosed was that I was getting the short haul pay. So that's why it was good for me. So I'm fairly a new driver, and I come in, and when they did the P3, you remember the P3? With that put me at 60 cents. That put me at 60 cents per mile because I was doing the short haul. People don't read that handbook. And so me doing two, I got the short haul and I got the per diem for each trip. So that was love for me.
So in other words, we doing like 600 miles a day. We doing like what, about 2,500 a week at least.
Yeah.
And we talking about 1,500 with about 1,200 take home every week, or is we talking more?
Yeah. No, that's about right because I wasn't doubling up every day. That I was doubling up like 3 times a week, and then I would double up on the weekend once, where I would actually run that and remember the ice loads out to Americold and Rochelle. Also running those out of Champaign, and I made more money off of those loads, so that's why I did those on the week. That's why I did those on the weekends. And remember, you would come in, and you were usually in Illinois on the weekends running them same ice loads that I was running.
Sure did. That was love right there. I wanted Matt to actually, put me on that, put me on something like that. But the route that I had anyway, the lanes that I had anyway was still gravy to me. I still made my money. But definitely on the weekend, when I told him that I would, drive the weekend, I would come up to Illinois and I would do that. I would do the craft loads and, go to Aurora, go to Champaign, go to Americold. I did all of that. And it was gravy. It was gravy. But of course, time had to come, all good times had to come to an end. So,
man, really, it was good. It was good for me. It was good for me. I actually should have been gone from Schugel like a year ago, but I had it set up on each end so well. I kind of got like spoiled. I was so set up. Man, talking about special treatment, because I was one of the few drivers that literally, I'm at these accounts every day, so they see me every day. And they got me to run these routes.
We had a rapport with the people at the DC.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They would know us.
Hook and crook.
Yeah.
These people took care of me.
Sure
if nobody was getting out of there, if they were backed up, loading, I was gonna get out of there.
Yeah, we was getting out. They
made sure that I had trailers.
They showed us love. They showed us a
They
lot
did.
of love. Me and you, I gotta admit, me and you, because we definitely had a rapport. We would come up in there and we'd be like, "Yo, is there a trailer ready?" There, even if there wasn't a trailer ready, they'd be like, "We got you."
They got you. They got you. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to run like I was running. You know, because I could call ahead of time, let them know I was coming. They'll let me know what the situation is, what I was looking at, and I mean, they would have me set up before I even made it down. Same on the other end with Aurora. If I left a trailer, sometimes they didn't have any trailers. They would make, by the time I make my second run and make it back, the first one I brought, they'll have for me, you know. So these people looked out for me, and I think that was the hardest part for me leaving, is because I've made these connections. And I mean, forget Schugel, you know, but I made these connections with all of these people, and that's what I was gonna miss. You know, that's actually what I missed. But it was time.
Now, you know, me and you, you know, what I mean, as you said, you made these connections for Schugel to get that particular lane. Just like I did what I did with the social media for Schugel to get them known on the map, right? And you know, well, with me, I got, you know, of course I got paid, you know, after they literally found out that everybody was coming in on my say so. But did they show?
Oh yeah, you made that. You was getting a nice little penny. You worked that out.
Did Schugel show you any love as far as making that lane possible?
No. And I don't have time to tell you about everything that I don't have time to tell you about everything that happened.
Oh, we
can talk offline, and we could cover it on another. We could cover it on another one.
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
We could continue this.
Yeah, that definitely won't be a problem.
Let's do that, because for the time that we've been talking, for me to cover what happened and why and what ultimately caused me to leave, that's gonna take another 30-35 minutes, and I don't have that to give you right now.
I got you. So what we're gonna do is like fast forward. So we'll definitely come on a part 2. So basically, what we're gonna do right now is what are you doing right now? Like, I mean, you left Schugel, and we'll cover that in another episode. But right now, what are you doing right now?
So I started my own trucking company, named it after my granddaughter. She'll be a year old April 24. And I named it after her, and I'm out here for myself now. No more W-2.
No more W-2. That's what's up. Well, look,
yeah.
Well, look at here, Shanice. I do appreciate the little bit of time that you gave me, and I understand that you are a little busy. So we will definitely continue this in another conversation. We're going to talk about what happened at Schugel and talk about how you finagled your new company the way it is. Shanice, everybody. Hold on right quick. Let me make sure I get the right button. Shanice, everybody. With that said, Shanice, for women truckers out here that's coming out here into the game, what advice do you have, or what advice, or what do you think women truckers need to come in with when they come into the industry?
Well, I would encourage any woman who's serious about it, stay encouraged. The beginning is always hard. It's a lot to learn, but there's so many of us out here doing it now, and I think that just goes to show for anybody coming out here that it can be done. I mean, I cried when I first come out. I learned how spoiled I was when I first came out here. I cried. I wanted to come home, but but I stayed with it, and of course, you get over that hump, and it's the best decision I could have made for my life to do this. I've been even with things that I done went through with Schugel and the company, I wouldn't want to do I promise I wouldn't want to do anything else. I would not want to do anything else. The connections that I made out here, like IEU, and we've stayed connected, since our time at Schugel. The connections I made, what I've learned from those connections, actually, now coming from somebody who came into trucking, and I wasn't even looking to start a business. I was looking to, just a new career in trucking. But you can't stay in this business for a long period of time and not start looking at other opportunities available, to you. Exactly. So I encourage women. There's so many avenues that you can work in this business after learning, driving. It's brokers, dispatchers. Everybody. You got people that own truck companies now that they've never driven a truck.
Exactly.
So man, it's so many. The opportunities are endless. I encourage anybody to get in this business, if they're serious about it.
Well, that's
men, women, but mostly women. I love to see us out here. Well, it's still less than what I think the last is like less than 10% of women in trucking still.
Yep.
I would greatly love to see that climb. In the next decade.
Well, that's what's up, everybody. Shanice stepped in the building to talk to your boy. I really do appreciate you being here, Shanice. Thank you very much. Hey, if you guys like content like this and more, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell and that all button. Make sure you hit that like button because it does push the algorithm to get everybody to know what Lockoutmen podcast is all about. That's going to do it for your boy. I really do appreciate you guys being here, checking me out and all like that. Don't forget, stay tuned. Part 2 coming. We're going to leave it at that. You guys take it easy and we're out of here.
This your year, get it in. Party over here, get it in. She like a liquor clear, get it in. She get it from a deal, get it in. Make it disappear, get it in. Park it in the rear, get it in. Now make it reappear, get it in. Freaky with no fear, get it in. Pop it in the clutch, girl, get it in gear. Jump on it, double dutch, girl, get it in gear. Drop it, double clutch, girl, get it in gear. Pump it up, butt lift, now downshift.